Uneducated, unfiltered, unhinged. This is the Mangina Dialogues. We at it again with your host Nick Scopes and the Gregolicious. You know how we do, cause you know we keeping it gangster and silly. Unplugged like a full swung titty. Bout get jitty, cause you know we down to the nitty and the gritty. And we make shit sound so damn pretty. Yeah, cause this unhinged comedy. And right now you're in the mix, so get ready, cause we bout to get it poppin'. And we ain't stopping.
Uneducated, unfiltered, unhinged. This the Mangina Dialogues. We at it again. Yeah, we at it again. Uneducated, unfiltered, unhinged. This the Mangina Dialogues.
Hello and welcome to the Mangina Dialogues. I am your host, Nick Scopes.
And I'm the Gregolicious.
And our guest today is Mike Suarez. What's up, dude?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Doing well. What'd you think of that song, Mike?
I think you're trying to hit on me.
Yep, exactly. So
that's the best response so far to that question.
I know, that's easily the best.
I feel at ease, and I feel like I want to be safe in your house.
That is the wrong feeling. You are not safe in his house. Nobody is.
Oh my God. Yeah, we usually get all sorts of mixed reactions to that song, but that was probably one of the better ones.
And we appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
No,
So what's going on, dude? How's life? How's the stand-up podcast video? You do a lot of shit, man.
I do. It's going well. Really busy this time of year. We want to do best of stuff, so got to do all that editing.
That's a lot, man. That's a lot of shit. What got you into stand-up? How'd you get started with all this stuff?
I literally went to an open mic and thought I couldn't do worse than that.
All right.
Yeah. Like I thought stand-up seemed like one of those things that was. This was before, like, this was 10 years ago, before everyone thought they could just do it, because funny people hadn't come out yet. So,
right.
I went to an open mic in Austin. There was like 20 people on the list, and they were all terrible that night. And I thought stand-up for me had to like only be in New York or LA to do. And then I was in San Antonio, and then I was like, oh, I can do this. So
you're from Austin? Is that where you were from?
I went to Austin when I first started stand-up, yeah.
Wow. That's a great town. I mean, that obviously in the last 10 years, that town has changed tremendously.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, all the really good comics have left.
And all the people from the East have moved in.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's like all transplants, but not the... Before, Austin would be like where people would move to before they decided to move to LA or New York. And now it's like people are moving back from New York to LA to Austin because they didn't make it.
It's pretty wild. I was just in Austin for a few days, and I don't know who the hell told me this stat, maybe someone in one of the hotels, that it's something like 1,000 people a day are moving to Austin, Texas.
Yeah, it's a really popular city that can't really handle the influx. So,
yeah, it seems small.
I would not recommend moving there. Same thing with like Portland, where it's like you're not getting the experience you thought you were going to get. It's all getting ruined.
Yeah, one of my best
friends. It's
actually
creeping down to San Antonio now too. So.
Really, it's getting gentrified. Yeah. There's a lot of breweries and kombucha makers.
Yeah, I mean it's just that because the property is relatively cheap. So it's easier for developers to go in there and change old factories into lofts.
That's so wild, man. One of my best friends from here. I live in Connecticut, like right in Lower Connecticut, but he just moved to Portland, Oregon, and it's the same thing, dude. There's like all this like. The people that are from there are like, oh, they're ruining it, like, blah, blah, blah. Now there's all these, like, nice, like, condos going in, and, like, it's a completely different city than it was. A lot of homeless people, though, and they're very happy to be homeless, which is interesting. They don't ask for money.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yeah, Austin has a lot of homeless people that are not happy to be homeless.
Yeah, there was a lot in
hilarious.
Austin. I was surprised, actually.
Yeah, because you go by 6th Street, right?
Yeah, I stayed on 6th
there.
Street. I stayed there, that
Right.
big old hotel across the street.
Yeah, there's a big homeless shelter out there. So
Makes sense. Next to the donut shop? Probably next to the donut shop.
I forget which area it's around, but yeah, like after all the bars close because everything closes there at 2, you see all the drunk people on one side of the street and all like the army of homeless people. It's like a warrior's rave.
Well, so where'd you go from Austin?
What?
From Austin, where'd you go? You came to New York?
Oh yeah, I mean, I would go. Texas is different. Because Texas, I would live in San Antonio, and I would do stand up in like everywhere in Texas. You go to Dallas, you go to Houston, you go to Austin, Corpus, wherever they were doing stuff. You would just drive. Because you could drive to Dallas, even though it's a lot further, it takes you just as long to get to like Poughkeepsie here. So, because the highways are just better, you can go, 80 and no one gives a shit. But so I did that for like 8 years before I moved up here.
Damn. So just in Texas, you're just bouncing around Texas.
Yeah, I mean, I was making a living, so I would do a lot of other, like Yoda runs or whatever. Do like mini bins and other small states. A lot of like C rooms, B rooms that you could just, like the Hyenas rooms in Dallas. I was doing all of those. I was making a living. I was only doing stand-up before I moved here.
Wow. Now, why did you pick New York over L.A.?
The main reason is because if I go to L.A., I can only talk to other Mexicans. It's an oddly segregated town when it comes to comedy. And I used to do everyone here already. I'd already worked with like Bobby Kelly, Joe List, Jared Reed. So a lot of people already knew.
All right, so you had ties there, so it was easier for you to go to New York and do all that. That's so funny.
How long have you been in New York?
I've been here full time, like 2 years.
Oh, so actually not a crazy amount of time.
No.
And how did you get hooked up with the Hyenas show?
Through Bobby Kelly. I was working on YKWd with him, and they shared the studio. I was actually learning how to do some of the video work by watching their producer. And the first day I did it, I fell asleep.
That's a great first day of work.
Yeah.
Did they throw shit at you, like draw on your face or something?
No, they just, talked about it.
I can imagine. Hey, look, our producer's asleep.
They did much worse than just throw things at me.
You could get some good mileage out of that for sure.
Oh, yeah, it still comes up.
That's wild, man.
I would never let it go. I hope to one day look over and see Scopes in a full-on nap.
It's almost happened. I've been close. I've been very close.
We had a girl on a couple of weeks ago who had a very thick Italian accent. She's a very popular influencer and model girl. And honestly, like the smoke you could see coming out of Nick's eyes and ears trying to figure out what this girl was saying. I'm like, oh, he's tuned it out and he's gonna fall asleep.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's all
all
good.
the sauce recipes.
So it's I mean, you definitely got hungry.
Yeah, for sure.
So what
what can you influence with an accent? Like, well, I guess you would expect it.
Well, it wasn't her accent, I think, that was bringing the influence. There was some other parts of her body and face that had the attraction.
She was the model.
She had big hands.
She had very big hands.
Yeah, for sure.
Really manipulate the dough.
And then she talked about her husband for 10 minutes, and that totally blew the whole thing. But
what did he do?
I have no idea. I couldn't understand a word she said. No, I'm just kidding.
Does he have a real job so he can go out there and?
No, I think that they're both.
Just to hold her hand in photos.
I think he's an actor also. I don't know. They were a very good looking couple. It made me very jealous.
He just goes gross. Mike.
Good for them. I hope they get hit by an animal.
You're definitely a comic, bro. You're dark. I love it.
They could go influence safety videos.
So like who you know like if you started doing stand up in Texas, like where did you get your inspiration from, and like who were some of your comedic influences?
I would say like the basic ones, Carlin, Fire, but after that, Louis C.K. And Paul F. Tompkins, I listened to him a lot. Pat Oswalt, Greg Giraldo. I think those are the ones I listen to the most.
Yeah, I mean, obviously all great.
Yeah, I had a real bad habit when I first started of talking on the side of my mouth. I don't know what it was. I don't know who was trying to emulate, but it was like real snarky and weird.
Trying to be.
So I would talk like this to everything. I was like, oh my god, it was really off-putting.
It's a character piece.
Exactly.
It's a character piece. It's from the Hyenas show, Greg.
So I can't stop looking at you with your hand in your pants.
Sorry, I'm not an Italian model with my tits out.
No.
Like matter.
I'm just preoccupied. Nick has his hand so far down his pants, he's got it. He's like playing with his knees.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I don't know, dude. I like Mexican guys. What do you want me to do?
Oh, as long as that.
I told you the
suspect. Take that as a compliment. But
yeah. I got a thing for Mexican.
I thought you lost your pen. Like there's a hole in your pocket trying to find your quarters. That's
the excuse he uses in the gym. Sorry, I'm just trying to find my pen.
In the locker room.
So when you got to New York from Texas, did you how long did it take you to get established in the city and in the clubs and with all the guys that you're rolling with?
I don't know. It's been a little different for me because I don't know. I'm older. I'm 40, so everyone I know is already established, and I don't know any of the people who are just coming up.
Right.
So I started doing spots with Bobby at the Fat Black Pussycat right away, and but I wasn't doing spots at the Lantern or the Creek or any of those places, like those bar shows. I never go up in Brooklyn, so I don't know any of those people still. But I'll go and do stuff with Yannis and Chris or stuff. So I got places like Uncle Vinny's and Laugh It Up, Poughkeepsie, and surrounding the city is kind of right away. And then after the first year, I think I started going up at the Lantern and stuff like that.
Right. And are you? Because I saw you're opening up for Chris here in Connecticut in a couple of weeks. Do you tour with him regularly, or is that obviously you with those guys, every week somewhere. But is that a regular touring gig for you?
I just started doing a lot more stuff with Chris, but not regularly, but semi-regularly. Yeah, either me or Sergio will go out with them now. So it's been pretty good.
And are they pretty much only?
Whenever they have a live show for Hyenas, I open for that.
So, did that show happen yet? It did, right? That they did the live show at Gramercy Theater.
Yeah, we had Gramercy Theater, and we had the stand during the New York Comedy Festival. Those are really great. Those were sold out. My first time at Gramercy, that was amazing.
So, what is that show at Gramercy like? Is it just do they have? Obviously they have. Did they have people on? Did they do stand? What was that? How did that run a show go?
Well, it was basically trying to do a live version. We tried to teach about the fire department, but it ended up just being more audience interaction. So we made it more about the attitude of the show more than trying to teach a lesson. We do fan questions. I don't want to call them games, but just different things with the audience.
Right. And how did the fans do the questions? Was there a roving mic in the audience, or was it write-in? How did that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we have a mic in the audience.
Right. And what was your part of that show?
Same thing I do on the episodes.
Got it.
Kind of snipe in. If Yannis has to fall down, get behind him, things like that.
Find the right time to make fun of you for falling asleep during the show on your first day of work.
Yeah.
That should be a segment. Here's the time we start fucking with my...
Yeah.
That's exactly. Good. So what's going on with you for the early part of the year? Is it just doing a lot of shows? Is it the podcast?
Yeah, just trying to get all that stuff figured out, but doing a lot of road work, doing stuff outside the city, doing stuff with Chris and Yannis and some with Bobby Kelly as well. Just mainly performing. That's my main thing right now.
Do you like sort of? Are those guys performing mainly like around the area, or how far out west are they going, or are you going with them?
Just different states, really. Most of it's going to be up here in the Northeast, but some of it back in Texas. So just kind of wherever they're at.
Right. Did you
doing Skankfest in March? That's going to be pretty cool. In the Skankfest South. I mean,
where's that?
That's going to be in Houston. That's going to be a pretty fun time.
Wow. Going back home?
Well, I mean, it's like 5 hours from San Antonio, but yeah.
I actually drove last year from New Orleans to Austin, and that was a long drive.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a long, straight drive.
Yeah. And did you ever do that drive?
Not to New Orleans, but I've driven to El Paso, which is longer.
The reason I ask is because I'm driving from New Orleans to to Austin. Never done that before, and somewhere between once we got into Texas, just driving, I look on the side of the road and there are zebras just running wild on someone's farm in Texas. Like, is that a thing?
I mean, there's a couple of exotic ranches where they raise animals like that. There's some like safari petting zoos. There's a lot of weird shit like that out there because it's all open space.
But this was just like,
it doesn't surprise me.
Running up onto the highway. Now, obviously, they're behind fences, obviously, of course, and way set back. But like, it's not that often you're driving on a highway, you look to your right and you see a zebra.
No, but I mean, it's within a fence. It's not like it's just being ridden by something.
Yeah, that would have been like Aladdin.
Aladdin?
I don't know. Carpet, zebra, same
that would have been like the Lion King.
Right, yeah, that's better.
Aladdin.
I was close. It was a Disney movie.
Oh my god,
Disney movie.
No, that wasn't really. They're both Disney.
Yeah, those fucking zebras. Those zebras.
If you could have said Little Mermaid, it would have been just as close.
I was just about to say, those fucking zebras remind me of Little Mermaid, like seahorses or some
like
shit.
Frozen, right?
Hey, listen. At least I didn't fall asleep my first day on the job.
Those zebras are
you're
black.
falling asleep right now.
Someone's gonna put me to sleep.
Those zebras are black and white, like The Rock and Moana, or some shit. Right?
Keep it going.
Now we can make fun of Greg. I'm so glad this came.
Keep it going, funny man.
Well, listen, this is the question I have for you, Mike. So, I'm a big fan of the Hyenas. I love Yannis, Chris Distefano. Both those guys are great, right? I've noticed, the state of comedy today, everyone's so fucking offended by everything and blah, blah, blah. But you guys managed to be so successful, and you're just so, I guess, I don't know if the word is, it's funny. I enjoy it. I grew up in New York. When I listen to them talk, I feel like I'm listening to my dad talk. It's just funny as shit. But it's pretty, some of it could be pretty brutal, and you guys are selling out these theaters. So, would you say, I don't know if this is the right term, but comedy is still alive and well. There's just this very small percentage of people that are upset or offended, at certain things. But mostly, what have you seen as a comic who's traveled the U.S.? What's it like now?
Oh, most people don't actually care about that stuff.
That's what I figured. That's exactly how
you took a long way to get to that question, my friend.
I've always, I think about it a lot. Go ahead.
Yeah, certain people, certain groups of people care a lot about it, but if you go to the Looney Bin and wherever, they don't give a shit about any of that. They don't care what Louis C.K. did. They don't care, they don't even care what Kevin Spacey did. Honestly, they don't care about any of it. They have their own problems, their own lives to worry about. So they honestly just don't care about that. They're more worried about real problems. So. These are the people whose kids are in the school shooting, so they care about that shit. They don't care about
right, exactly.
They don't care about dumb people saying words. So, they have the people with real jobs working with real problems. So they don't care as much as we do. So when they go to comedy shows, they're just going to be entertained.
Right.
It was a good show. Did they get their money's worth? Was the club a piece of shit? Stuff like that. A lot of times they don't even care about the headliner until after they see them, because that's just how their lives are.
Yeah, right. So, like, what do you in any way attribute, like, I mean, I don't know if it's a renaissance of stand-up comedy now, but it seems to be, the last year or so, it's really exploded with everything that's going on and all the Netflix stuff and Amazon and there's just much more stuff out there that's on TV and on, the pay networks. Do you have any idea what you attribute that to? Is it just that there's so many great places to get product now, whether it's podcasts or Netflix or whatever it is, and the quality is just being continually, everyone's bettering it because there's so much you have to be good?
Well, I think there's so much you don't have to be good. It's almost like in the late 80s, 90s when all those showcase shows were on. You'd watch Evening at the Improv or Caroline's Comedy Hour, and there'd be like 5 comics, only one was funny. You watch specials now, and it's a lot like that. It's like for every Nate Bargatze, there's a Jenny Slate, which isn't to say she's not. And she wasn't funny, but she's not a stand-up. So it's just like there's all these opportunities out there, but they're not all being given to the best people.
It's funny you bring up Jenny because I just watched that on a plane last week, and it's like I couldn't figure. I mean, it was entertaining, but it wasn't like, to me, it wasn't like any of the super funny stand-up specials that you would expect or that I've seen lately. So I was kind of like confused as to what it was supposed to be.
Exactly, and I think they were as well. It's like they're making a product.
Right.
Like the same when the Matt Armisen did. It's like, I mean, this exists. I don't hate that it exists, but it doesn't have to.
Let's tell him.
Yeah, let's get Fred Armisen on the phone right now. He was doing blackface. So,
That funny guy, Fred.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah,
everyone's mad at Gary Trudeau, but no one cares about Fred Armisen's blackface because he was in Portlandia. So.
Yeah, right.
Well, if it happens in Portland, it doesn't count. Like, I think that's a rule. If it goes down in Portland, nobody cares.
It's I don't think anyone cares there. I went to visit there, man. Like I just told you, my buddy lives there. Nothing opens on time. Nothing. You order an espresso, it takes 20 minutes. It is
exactly.
I grew up in the Northeast my whole life. I was just not used to it, and it upset me like so much. Let's go to this coffee shop. It opens at 9. The owner shows up at 20 after 9. He's like, "Oh, sorry, lost track of time, man." It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Austin's not as bad as that because they still have Mexicans in the kitchen. But
and those motherfuckers work hard.
Yeah, we have to.
Guys don't.
You'll send us back.
Yeah. You guys don't fuck around.
I mean, they're trying, but I think they're going to lose that war.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. If you literally if you just did like a Thanos and snapped your fingers and all the Mexicans went away, half the shit would just be shut down. Like everything would just be shut down. There'd be no cooks.
Literally, just planes out of the sky. No one gets their bag.
Dude, I remember. I used to. I'm a trainer, personal trainer by day, so I used to train a high school team around.
You say it like your other job's a superhero.
No, I'm just a.
By day,
at night I'm a stripper. Sometimes stand-up comedian. But anyway, I was training at this private school here in Connecticut. And this is like what kind of this I never forget this story. So they're talking about like this was years ago, so I was like probably 6 years ago. They're talking about like, I mean these are kids in private school, white kids primarily. They're like, yeah, like like Mexicans, they take like jobs. Like, what if I wanted a landscaping job for the summer? Like, but they have it, and it's like, whoa. That's your summer gig. That's their career, dude. Like they work year round like savages. You want to do it for a couple weeks to make extra money? Like, what do you mean they're taking jobs from you? You're 16, dude, and you're at a private school.
Exactly.
You'll be okay. That shit infuriated me so much. It's like you said, you're going to Yale next year. Yeah, you're going to fucking Yale next year, dude. What the fuck are you worried about? Like, these people are here working. God damn it. Gets me fucking pissed.
He's so pissed right now.
I just went on a fucking tangent.
Videos for YouTube.
Yeah, exactly.
When people are taking those jobs, that's when we're taking all the jobs. When you see a migrant worker doing kickflips to a fucking GoPro, then we're taking all the jobs.
Be a fucking Instagram influencer.
Yeah. It's like,
steal it from all the white girls.
When it's just a chubby Hispanic doing that handheld into the sun. Just like, oh.
Taking over Coachella.
Yeah. Wearing a fucking crochet top.
He's wearing a Speedo. He's oiled up. And then, like, the caption underneath is like, I learned so much in 2019. Really looking forward to 2020.
Hashtag Urban Outfitters.
Yeah.
That's my favorite, dude. I saw on
Hashtag
Instagram. I saw an Instagram post the other day. This beautiful girl. I mean, like spread eagle in a thong, and the caption was literally, you know, oh, I learned so much from this last year. What are your goals this year, guys? I'm like, what? This is the photo you post with that, or like a fucking Drake line underneath it. It's the dumbest shit ever, and it makes me so mad.
You know, if Instagram actually took the like button away, all those girls go off Instagram.
Yeah,
they're done.
People are jerk off to their butt, but I mean, they're no different than like, I don't use cam whore, but cam whores. Just, at least cam whores are honest, where it's like, hey, give me $1 and I'll show you what you want, or whatever the transaction amount is. They're honest. Instagram models are like the equivalent of jerking off to SHM. It's like, who does that? Like, why? You're for 12-year-olds who don't have access to the rest of the internet yet.
It's true. I would have
That's
to.
where my Maxim magazines are going.
I would have to watch like Squiggly Spice TV at my grandma's. When
Oh my
she was
God,
asleep.
I did that too.
Yeah, right. That was my porn back. Or you downloaded off Kazam or LimeWire.
Downloaded. I'm way older than downloads.
Yeah, I know you're old, dude. I'm not. So
you know what I used to get? I used to go to a lot of car shows with my dad because he collected cars and shit. The best thing I ever would get for free at these car shows were like the muscle car magazines and then the motorcycle magazines that would have topless girls in them. They would give them for free at the car shows. Like not Easy Ride, not Lowrider magazine, but like the knockoff version of Lowrider magazine. That was the best.
Let's go buy that. When's the first time you watched porn, Mike? Let's get into this. How old were you?
What's that?
I said, what's the first time you watched porn? We're talking about porn and like all this stuff. Was it a magazine? Was it like you downloaded something? Was it the internet? What?
Magazine. I found a magazine in my dad's closet.
Yes. Playboy?
What's that?
Was it a Playboy?
No, it was like some off-brand thing.
Wee magazine, Swank.
Greg's
I don't even know what the titles were.
We used to find, not used to, one time we found a whole stack of porno magazines in the woods behind a bunch of houses, and we kept them there for like 6 months. We got some plastic bags, we put the magazines in the bags, hid them under the leaves, and like me and my buddies would go out and look at these porno magazines in the woods, a bunch of dudes.
What a life.
Yeah, it was like you would find that weird like stolen, porn treasure, and all the titles are just like weird, like things you never see again, like Twisty and
one time. Remember Girls Gone Wild?
Yeah.
So one time, I mean, this is not even that long ago, but it's probably the early 2000s. I ordered the Girls Gone. I don't know if I ordered them or somehow I acquired some Girls Gone Wild DVDs that came to me in the mail. And then for like a year, every month, I would get 2 more Girls Gone Wild DVDs in the mail and like $100 charge on my credit card. And I could not make it stop. I had this like stack of Girls Gone Wild videos and like $1,000 worth of credit card bills. And I couldn't make it fucking stop until one day I just figured it out. I'm like, I got to call everybody I know, credit cards, Girls Gone Wild. and then it all went away.
That you had to try. That's really all it came down to.
I guess that's true. I had to spend 5 minutes, but for the whole year, I had like DVDs worth of girls taking their tops off in pool parties in Corpus Christi, Texas.
That seems so tame now. You look back at that.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh yeah, I know. You could just go to some girl's Snapchat and you could see way worse. Like it's just not even. It's not even close.
It's just all free now. So, yeah, all right.
I remember when like
I
remember when Girls Gone Wild. I used to be a bouncer back in the day in New Haven, and they would come to like the nightclubs and shit. And it was never the super hot girls that would do that ever. It was always the others. And I was like, how do they make these videos? Like. They get lucky. They have to pay people because the girls that are volunteering are not cute.
I went to one spring break in Florida.
They were paying people.
Yeah,
I was so confused. I was like, this doesn't look like the videos, the DVDs. It's like these girls flash.
Is that guy still in jail?
Oh,
Joe Francis? I think he still is in jail.
What would he go to jail for?
Tax evasion.
I don't know.
Really?
Taxes are rape or something like that.
I don't like. I know that you can make a lot of money in porn.
Statutory was in there somewhere.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, he probably banged a bunch of high school girls. But like, it was a key, like a tip off that a guy that's selling porno DVDs of just girls taking their tops off at pool parties is flying around the world in like a 747 jet that he owned. Like, you're not paying your taxes. Like, it's got to be fucking pretty obvious.
Yeah.
You got to sell a lot of DVDs, Nick Scopoletti.
I want to look this up. I want to know like how much he fucking made off that shit. I mean, god damn.
You could do that on your own time.
Only got away.
So what's going on with you for like the next couple months? Like, where are you going to be? Any shows you want to plug? Anything that we should put out there when we post this?
Well, we're doing that show in Connecticut with Chris at the Space Ballroom, I believe.
Yeah, Hampton. Yep.
And then Regatta the next day in Atlantic City. Those are the two big ones. And then next month at Gotham with Yannis. That's to be pretty cool.
Where's that?
New York City.
Oh, got it. Yeah, Yannis. I don't think you did. If you did, I saw Yannis. He did a show here actually in Fairfield where we record out of a few months ago. I don't think you probably weren't on that show. I would have remembered, right?
No, I was out of town. He wanted me to be on it, but I couldn't do it.
Yeah, that was a good show. He did like a lot of time. He did I think he did over an hour and a half, right? He just got on and didn't stop. Hysterical. Yeah. But he did like 30 minutes of just impressions of other nationalities. Like he went through every single one nonstop, like machine gun, and I left in so much pain from laughing. Like my sides, my face, like everything hurt. Like I just got beat up somewhere by someone 3 times the size of me. It was so good and so funny. Like I don't know if that's a regular thing he does or he just got into a zone. But it was fucking awesome.
No, he does that. He's great. If you watch his special on YouTube, Blowing the Light, I mean, that's a lot of that stuff is on there now. That's a great special. You can see how underrated he is.
And that's new, right? That just came out.
That's new.
That just
last year. End of last year.
End of last year.
Oh, yeah.
It's relatively new. I just remember the first time I ever found out about Yannis was the Marisa videos. Holy shit, dude. That's the funniest video you'll ever see in your life, Greg. You ever seen that?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, my God. Well, as soon as this is over, we're going to watch that. It's the best.
Marisa's so popular. There's like bootleg Marisas out there.
Really?
That, are not as good. Yeah.
Dude, that was one of the funniest
it's almost
things.
It's like when there's like a party clown version of a popular thing.
Yeah. That's fucking funny.
So those Chris shows are the 24th, right? January 24th?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, me and Chris.
Yeah, so this will be posted by then, so we'll make sure to put all that stuff out. I think they just added a second show to the same night, I think, right? So there's 2 shows that night?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that's pretty awesome.
I forget the times, but they're both that Friday.
All right, that's pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, we definitely want to thank you for taking the time with us and fucking around for a little bit. We'd love to get you out here to one of the shows that I think I mentioned over message that we book a room here in Connecticut. Also, we should love to get you out here for a show.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
And then anything else you want to plug? Let's do it. Otherwise, Nick Scopoletti.
My Instagram at Mike Suarez. I have a. Like, I don't show my Italian tits, but I do. You want to see where I'm going to be at. I will talk about pizza on there, though.
Awesome. That wins. That wins. Yeah, we'll post all that stuff when we post up the episode. We'll put your Instagram. Do you have do you have a website?
No, not right now.
Okay, so we'll just put your.
Didn't really see the point of it at the moment.
Yeah, right. So we'll put all the stuff up.
I would just be like, go see me do shows with the other guys.
Just go look over here.
Yeah, exactly.
Under the curtain.
But no, like, yeah, History Hyenas, yeah, you know what, dude? You listen to those. Those are really great podcasts to be on. Yeah, Hyenas is just doing awesome. I'm really happy to be part of it.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's a great one, man.
Okay, I got to beat it off right there.
I just I blacked out.
Nick had his mouth open, yet nothing was coming out of it. It's like, you got two guys sitting on a cliff here. You going to say something?
I blacked out. It's okay. Drugs are tough, you know.
Thinking about that old.
I haven't eaten in like 5 hours. I'm like he's another planet.
He's one of these trainers that has to eat every 15 minutes, or shit hits the fan.
All right, I'm gonna go eat some fucking Mexican food made by real Mexicans.
Yeah.
All right,
Mike.
All right, Mike. Thank you so much, buddy. This was fun.
Thank you.
All right, dude.
Bye.